Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday night. I'm back. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business. And joining me from the Great White North, Lisa Boland. How are you, Lisa?
Not too bad. Not too bad. How about you?
I am good. This is a new look for you. We usually see you in a different room, so we have a new background to explore.
Yes, I'm not stashed away in the basement today. I'm upstairs in my stepdaughter's messy bedroom, which is also my husband's office. So
you don't want to tease those of us who can't have basements with your basement? Come on now.
Oh, right. I always forget that you don't have basements in Vegas.
They started them. There are some houses from the 50s and a couple from the 60s that have basements. And then all builders, as a collective, said, what the hell are we doing digging in all this rock? Screw it. No more basements. And that's it.
Good idea.
No more basements. They'll dig a pool, but they will not dig a basement. So we are stuck without basements. But without further ado, let's get right to our first segment. Now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week, I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. And our guest this week is Laura. Did I say it right earlier? Kvistad?
Kvistad.
Mm-hmm. How you doing, Laura?
Excellent.
Awesome. Yeah. Now, Laura, if you haven't seen her the first time, she was on a little under 2 years ago. It was May of 19. And Laura was, at the time, discussing how to handle a full-time career and an online selling business, but knowing full well she was at the end of the full-time career because it was coming, it was time to retire.
That's right.
And then we had said back then, hey, we should have you back on in retirement. So, of course, retirement hits, and then so does COVID, because one of the things that you wanted to do is travel more, but don't talk about it. We'll talk about it in a minute. But with you, I wanted to do something a little different in rums and mug. So, because I was hemming and hawing, I'm like, all right. So, Laura retired after 44 years from 3M. Now, I tried my damnedest to find a mug that had 3Ms on it. That didn't exist. Or a rum. So, because you retired, I picked out a retired mug. Now, this is from Frankie's Tiki Room, and they still have this mug, but this is the first color, and then they retired it. Then they have a second color, and then they retired that. Now we have a third color. So, like you, this mug is retired. And instead of just having a rum, you worked for 44 years, I decided to make the world famous 1944 Mai Tai.
Excellent.
So this is the one that kind of the stalwart that people use from Trader Vic. So in honor of your 44 years, I'm drinking a 44 Mai Tai. Thank you. And it's delish.
Good.
And that's not a picture of me, by the way, but that's the picture I just found. What are you drinking tonight, Lisa?
I have where am I doing this here? It's a Minnesota glass.
Ah.
The Gopher State.
I like it.
I'm drinking Captain Morgan's White with pineapple juice and cranberry ginger ale.
Great.
There you go. You actually made a cocktail. That's awesome.
I did. And it's tasty.
And Laura, what would you got?
Well, okay, I opted for tea today, but I did give Jason a nod. This is my SEMA mug. I planned the SEMA trade show at 3M for 13 years, and SEMA is in Vegas, so that was for you.
Ah, look at that! Look at how we united the 3M.
Oh,
sweet. Okay, show's over. That's nice. Then we're done. All right, so Laura, sit back, relax. We're going to hear about the transition. Because the questions I have were on day one of retirement. Did you sleep in or did you get up at the same time? Things like that. Because I know a lot of people watching are in our age range that are close to it, contemplating it, making the jump like, I don't want to work for the man no more. I want to work for myself. Can I do it? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And the best part of Laura as a guest, she comes with us, her own presentation. She sends PowerPoint presentations ahead of her time. So like... You really don't got to ask questions. Lisa and I just got to sit back and be like, okay, and here we go.
Thanks.
So sit back, relax, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Bye.
All right, let's get to our scores. Woohoo! Because no show last week. I had a lot of good things to pick from, so I'm excited to now share them. Here we go. And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting. And you are away. Ladies first.
All right. This was a sewing pattern that I picked up as part of a huge lot a couple of months ago. So I think I paid, was it 47 cents or something Canadian per pattern. And this sold in less than half an hour the other day for, I think it was $12 plus tax, or not plus tax, plus shipping on Etsy. And yeah, like it flew out the door.
Yeah, you got to like those quick.
Sorry, it went for 18, and I don't know why. Yeah, it was $18, and yeah, I literally paid, and that was 18 US plus shipping. So
and such a non-exciting top. It really isn't anything.
Yeah, it's basically a T-shirt. But somebody in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, needed that pattern, so off it went.
They were so excited to see you put it up there.
Yeah, and this one was part of the same lot. So again, less than 50 cents Canadian. That one sold for $30 US, and that sold in 3 or 4 days.
Nice. So is that our theme? Quick sales?
Some of them, yeah. This one also went pretty quick. I think that took about 3 weeks, but somebody just north of the city was getting rid of their mother-in-law's collection of royalty mugs. So I bought the whole lot, and so I paid about $3 Canadian. So that's about $2.10 US, and that sold for $35 plus shipping.
Dang, nice.
Yeah, it was huge too. I wanted to keep it because it was it's like 18 ounce or something mug.
All right.
So
this is cool.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like the first read, but this speaks to me.
Yeah, I was tempted to keep this, but again, Doug and I were up in cottage country just north of the city last summer and picked this guy up for $2 or $3 Canadian and sold it for 35 US. And again, it didn't take long, like 2-3 weeks to sell, I think.
Nice.
Nice.
Someone said, speaking of patterns, we're Stephanie, Canada. So what I'm about to say isn't a secret, public knowledge, but Stephanie worked for Blue Man Group in Orlando, and COVID officially put them out of business. So she officially lost her job this week. So just, one of those weeks where, it just sucks. It just absolutely sucks. So I thought about today. I hadn't seen her around a little bit, but I know why. So, I said, hey, come move to Vegas. Blue Man Group still works here. So come on, hang out with me. All right. Don't you love when you get free stuff and then it just sells for $50?
Nice.
This was from one of the Goodwill Blue boxes, and from time to time, they'll just drop free things in that they think are just extras and not worth much. And this is one of the free ones, sold for $50. So I like those free things. Thank you. And speaking of Goodwill Blue box, this was in the Goodwill Blue box. I think this pair cost me $6, $5, $6, and sold within like about 2 weeks for $80. So yay, nice profit margin on that. And I didn't edit my photo well enough. There we go. I can hold it down. So this was bought directly from the manufacturer. They were having a sale, and so I paid $35. And then they ran out of them because of the sale was so good. And so once they ran out, I threw it up on eBay for $100, and boom, sold for $100. So yes, this is a tiki mug that is basically a volcano island. So kind of a cool little piece. And I had a different score, but then this sold, and I had to throw it in. So this has laid around my office for over 2 years. I found this on the Halloween section at Buffalo Exchange over 2 years ago, and it was just a big wieldy denim coveralls that I just never felt like dealing with. So we finally dealt with it. Sold in 4 days. $100, and guess where it's on its way to, Lisa? Canada. And it weighs so much. Someone paid $100 plus 45 shipping. They really needed these Sean John coveralls.
Wow.
So that's
what part of Canada?
I don't remember, but I'll find out when we get Laura up here. I'll take a quick peek. But just to add a little bonus, this is Sean John. If you don't know, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, he owns Sean John. So make sure to use his name when you can, because those are good bonus keywords. All right, that's my regular scores. Now it's time for... All right, kind of like your patterns. This was listed for about 6 hours.
Wow.
And as you can see, it was sold at Great British Pounds. So I sold this First Blood soundtrack on vinyl that I picked up at my local record store for, I think, 10 or 12 bucks. Sold for $87 on its way to England right now.
Sweet.
Heck yeah. So after we talk about records, we talk about... And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with flipping cassettes. All right, I have some twinsies this week. Pink Floyd used cassette, $29.99. I did pay $5, and that is from a record store who thought they were charging a premium. But I knew full well that Pink Floyd on cassette does very well, much better than $5. So I had no problem spending $5. Just as I had no problem spending $8 on this Black Sabbath, which sold for $28.99. So there is $60 in 2 used cassettes. So if you're not flipping cassettes, Lisa, you should definitely be looking for some good music flips.
Oh, I've got some. I just haven't listed them yet. I've got Killer Dwarfs. I have a Killer Dwarfs one waiting to go.
Well, get Killer Dwarfs, get it up there. Come on now. And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs. All right, the music of the Lone Ranger. I bought it at a record store in San Francisco where the rents are very high for $2 whole and sold it for $29. Just because a record store doesn't know what it's worth doesn't mean it isn't worth more than what they price it as. And that's where I get a lot of my stock from. So this is...
Did you remove the Sharpie?
What'd you say, Lisa?
Sorry, did you remove the Sharpie that's on the front or change?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then this is an instance where the whole is worth more than the parts. I have volume 1 on eBay for quite a while now for $24.99 or best offer. I run sales. It's usually around $20. I put the 2 together and put them up. Boom, sold them $40 in like 2 days. So nice. People don't want to buy themselves, but they do want them together. And all right, if I told you I sold a Celine Dion 1-song single for $85, would you believe me?
No, but
so
we need to start looking for those. We've got lots of that up in Canada.
Yeah, and someone when I did the preview today for the show tonight, someone said, "Man, Celine Dion's dollar bin fodder." I go, "It is, except for specific things." Now we're going to talk about the CD in a couple of minutes and explain to you why it's worth $85. All right, let me check something real quick. Yep, okay. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure. Last couple weeks I've been screwing up. I'm like, did I screw up again? No, actually, it's all correct. Okay, but that wasn't even the best one this week. How about Donald Fagen? Now I'm going to quiz you. Do you know who Donald Fagen is?
He's from Steely Again.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is a Donald Fagen solo DVD audio. Picked it up at an estate sale for $1.15. Sold it for $90. Now, here's the best part. Today, I've already sold a $100 CD and a $50 CD. So I'm halfway to next week's CD scores. Just today. Again, if you have not taken my courses yet, what are you waiting for? So much money to be had. And am I forgetting anything?
Hey, wait! Hold up! Don't forget about me!
Whoops! Now it's time for Stacy's Budget Bin Scores. All right, Stacy pulls out a $1 CD. Boom! Sells for $28.
Nice.
Yeah, so we hit the deck, the MGM musical soundtrack. Again, don't be afraid of the record store. They have to price so much stuff that I never leave a record store without making a ton of money. And most people don't realize this. There are tons of record stores everywhere. So, I mean, I get it's COVID, but if you have a record store near you and you can shop, socially distance, go get it, because there are tons of good stuff that you should be buying to flip. But not everything is winners. And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours. Okay, this is adorable.
I hated that thing. Hated it. Gave me the creeps. Plus it sat forever and ever. I bought a ridiculously huge estate of salt and pepper shakers a few years ago, and I'm slowly plowing through them. This guy was listed for, hang on, let me see. He sat for 35 months, so just shy of 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, I paid about $1 Canadian, so 70 cents US. He did finally sell for 25 bucks US plus
All right,
shipping.
not bad.
So,
Real quick.
I'm glad he's gone and he's not staring at me every
Oh,
time
he's
I go
so
into my inventory room anymore.
To back up, Dixie Belle said, wow, with a misspelling in the title. She was talking about the Celine Dion. Yeah, I didn't notice until I was prepping for this show. I looked at my title and went, I misspelled a word. I'm shocked anyone found it. Like one of the words in the title of the name of the song. I'm like, how did anyone find my listing? I have no idea.
I was worried you meant mine.
No. I screwed up my own title, and I listed that one. I can't even blame Kelly.
Oops. This one was very long tail. I bought a $2 box at an auction. At the end of the day, out of town, they hauled it out from under a table, and I guess nobody knew it was there. And it was all vintage Vogue knitting magazines, some dating back to the 40s, right through to the 80s. This one, so I ended up like paying about 10 cents, so 7 US, and I sold it for $25 plus shipping after 7 years and 1 day.
Holy cow. Because I was like, wait, when's the dud part coming in? Yeah, I got it now.
7 years.
Was Etsy around 7 years ago?
Oh, yeah. I've been on Etsy for just over 9 years, and they were around before that. So, yeah.
You are a patient woman. Oh, my gosh.
And then the next, like an hour later, I sold another one that hadn't been listed as long.
Just had to wait.
Yeah.
All right. I bought a bunch of dresses at Buffalo Exchange in Boston like 4 years ago. And all of them are vintage.
Gorgeous.
What'd you say?
It's gorgeous.
I know.
It's a nice
Couldn't
price.
sell it to save my life. It's been on like 7 different platforms, a variety of prices. I finally got an offer of $19.99, and I took it. But the day I was buying the dresses, even the woman, it was a young girl bringing me out. She goes, "You have good taste in dresses." I go, "I know." Well, I thought this was a kick-ass, gorgeous vintage dress, and nothing. Just for like 4 years, 7 platforms. Finally said, "Sure, $20, I'll take it." I didn't lose money, but man, I really thought it was a better thing than it actually was.
It's your title. Your title is awful.
Could be. And then, I always share what I don't do so well with CDs. At the moment when I paid $20 for the Sepultura, it seemed like it was a good deal to make money. But as you can see, since I only sold it for $24, it didn't really work out so well, especially when you work in Amazon fees. I actually lost a little bit of money selling this. So, the expert makes mistakes too, but that's just all part of the game. So don't be bummed. Just learn from your mistakes. And now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers.
And yet another pattern. It's been an amazing couple of months for patterns. I guess everybody in lockdown can't buy clothing, so they're making their own, or they're learning how to sew. So easy to sew stuff is selling like crazy. And comfy clothes are selling, like comfy patterns. And this one's heading off to Wimborne on the just off the south coast of England.
Nice. And
again, that one was only listed for a day. So
mine's kind of close to yours. This Hello Kitty purse is on its way to
Limoges,
France, en français. And this was another, not so much a freebie. When you buy purses from the Goodwill Blue Bins, it's one purse for $20, but they always throw a bonus purse in. So this was the bonus purse. So essentially it was $10 and sold for like $35 or $40 plus shipping off to France. So look, if you're not selling internationally, somebody in France needed a Hello Kitty purse and someone in England needed a very plain top and bottom outfit pattern. So you never, ever know what someone's going to need somewhere in the world, but someone always needs it. All righty, dighty.
And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping.
So this is Debbie's graphic for whatever your tip is.
Oh gee, hang on. I'm trying to remember what my tip was.
See, Craig, it's not just you.
Right. I remember. Always be sure to have the proper box before you list something. If it's an odd size or breakable and you're going to need to double box it, make sure that you have proper packing material on hand. So, make sure you have tape, make sure you have bubble wrap, packing peanuts, and a box. I remember one of my very first sales was something very awkward, and I didn't have a box. And I mean, luckily I work in a bookstore, so we have tons and tons of boxes, but it was just a pain having to drag everything with me to work and find a box and pack it there and then ship it out. And I don't know how many times I've seen people post on the thrifting board saying, "Oh my God, I just sold something. Where can I find a box for this?" And it's like, why would you not make sure that you have a proper box first so that you're not running around in the middle of the night, trying to buy a box for God knows how much, or, hitting
a very standard, but when something's big or weird or odd shaped, you got to know, especially like if you're doing big art, you can't sell a big piece and go, because finding that box, that's
am I going to ship it? Yeah.
Now, along the same lines, I recently sold this. So this is a ceramic snowman teapot that is actually 3 pieces. And even more precarious is there's a chip, making it a little more susceptible to breaking. So what I did, because I knew I wanted to show you guys this, is I made let me get rid of this so you can see everything. I made a 5.5 minute video, but I sped it up to 400 times speed. So it's only a minute and a half. So a minute and 24. So here we go. I'm going to narrate. So the one thing that my assistant said, hey, I think if you wrap the hat up, it'll actually fit inside the bottom, thus saving us space. And I'm like, hey, you're right. Not that it wouldn't have got there, but she thought of it right away. Even though it was wrapped, I didn't want it to move at all. So I took a little extra scrap bubble. I will always have a tub of scrap bubble to fill in the space so it doesn't move around at all, because movement is what causes breakage. And then I wrapped the whole big thing one way and then the other way. So there's pretty good amounts of equal bubble wrap on all sides. Taped down the sides and the top and the bottom. And then I took my handy dandy box, which I already had per Lisa's suggestion, put a little base of peanuts in there. Nope, wasn't enough, a little bit more. And there we go. I know this is going quick, but I didn't want to do it for 5.5 minutes. Now we'll wrap up the top half. And first off, I will add more peanuts over top of what we just packed. And I will get him all wrapped up. And everyone said, oh, you're going to use pool noodles. And I often do, but there was really no need for the pool noodles on this one. So, yeah, it was just bubble and peanuts and a good box. And if you do tape down the bubble, it means you can get more peanuts around there. When your bubble's kind of sticking out, then it's in the way of the peanuts. So get your peanuts so they're a little bit taller, and then push down your lid so it locks it all into place. And ta-da! There we go.
Very good.
There you go. Don't be afraid of fragile things. As long as you have the utensils ahead of time, you can do it too.
And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing.
Oh, so this is me too.
Yes.
Most of Canada, or well, at least Manitoba, where I am, has been locked down for quite a while. We just actually got off lockdown 2 weeks ago, but we were locked down in November, and we were locked down for several months last spring. So I've only been actually to a thrift store, I think twice now in 6 months. So I sort of pivoted and started looking online. So most of what I've sourced in the last year has been on Kijiji and Facebook Marketplace. And I've done very well with buying bulk lots, like 479 sewing patterns for $200 Canadian. And I bought the royalty mugs, 32 mugs, I think, 31 mugs for $100. And, people are busy, they're home, they're bored, so they're cleaning, they're decluttering, they're downsizing, and a lot of thrifts and charities are not taking donations right now. So there's lots to be had for dirt cheap or free. I noticed a number of people locally have put ads on Kijiji. Facebook Marketplace doesn't really allow in search of ads, but Kijiji certainly does, and I would assume Craigslist and Garage Sale and every other app or website. Put, hey, I'll come pick up your junk. Don't send it to landfill. I will gladly pick it up. And I know some people that have done that and made out like a bandit.
Oh yeah.
So if you're worried about where you're going to find some stock because you're in lockdown, check online and you'd be amazed what people are getting out. Hey, there's Stephanie.
Cool. All right, so I want to address real quick some things about my shipping. Mom said good pack job. Big Daddy will be proud. Tina, no double box. I hardly ever double box anything. Good solid outer box. Good quality bubble wrap and peanuts is all you need. Susan says if denim is really fragile, I wrap it in tissue before I do the bubble. I've never done that, Susan. It's fine, but I've never done that.
I wrap my books in tissue, but that's it.
Where there was a couple other things I wanted to address. But I always stuff the inside of hollow breakables with paper. Dixie, it actually does nothing other than waste your paper. If that item is going to break, things inside of it won't stop it. And it does nothing. So you don't have to do it. I laugh when I get tiki mugs full of packing peanuts. That did nothing but waste their peanuts. More peanuts for me. Cool for me. But yeah, you don't have to do that.
Inside stuff.
I would have wrapped it in cardboard. No need. Because I had good bubble and good space of peanuts around it because I had the right size box. Didn't need any more cardboard. Some things do. That one didn't. And we're going to talk about it in a second because that's going to show back up in another quick segment. But while we're talking about thrifty tips, walk into a record store. You'll never know what you're going to find. Now, I didn't buy it, but of course, I did not expect in a record store to find the first Hustler ever released. July of 1974. They had a price for $70. It sells for about $100. It wouldn't be worth my time to only try and make $20. But I do have a frequent shopper card at this record store, and if I had enough points for it to be half off, I could have got it for $35. If it normally sells for $100, I would have picked it up. So don't think record stores just have records and CDs and tapes. They have books. They have board games. They have plush. They have Funko Pops. They have dirty old magazines. Okay, they got everything. So it's always a cornucopia of what you're going to find in a record.
Look for Guitar Tab. Yeah.
Yes, Guitar Tab books. Yeah, funny. At this store, I didn't find any good ones, and they had a ton. But I'm like, oh, but this Hustler would have been all right. Had been just a smidge cheaper.
And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling.
Stack the drafts.
Yeah. Yeah, I work full time besides doing my Etsy hustle. So most days of the week, I don't have time or energy to list stuff. But what I do is on the weekend, or if I have a day off, or have a burst of energy in the evening, I'll set up a bunch of drafts and then slowly launch them over the week so that your shop gets boosted in the algorithms and the searches. Instead of posting 20 things at once on a Sunday and then nothing, because your views are going to go up and then they're just going to drop right off. Whereas if you list sort of 2 a day, then you're going to stay up in the algorithms and the search results by having constant activity. And I believe that eBay is the same. They love activity, anything, whether you're like on Etsy, you can renew your stuff. I don't renew things that aren't expiring. I renew stuff the day they're expiring. I don't bother, bumping them in advance. But then I also try to get at least one new item up every day. And quite often what I do is I'll just, get 10 or 15 items ready at the weekend, and then actually publish them live every day. And not always at the same time. I mean, quite often, I'll put one up on my lunch break or after dinner or whatever. So it's not always every morning at 8 o'clock or that kind of thing. So
and Lisa,
sort of mix it up
or Lisa, Susan is inspired by you, so she's going to go do it now. Don't do it now. Wait about half hour, then go do it.
Very good. So
Okay.
I'm having trouble keeping tabs on the conversations here.
So here's we're back to the Celine Dion, because on the back it just says if there was any other way, 3 minutes and 59 seconds. Usually on these promo singles, if it's a different mix, if it's the remix, if it's the 12-inch mix, if it's the 7-inch mix, if it's the 7-inch edit, it will tell you that on the back. This one just said if there was any other way. And so without a little bit more research, you would never know that this was a very rare remix. So on Discogs, I looked it up and it says, correct time to, disc contains a remix by Dana John Chappelle and Walter Avanesif. Although Celine Dion's If There Was Any Other Way lists the same remix, this US 7-inch single actually plays the album version. So what they're saying is this promo single is the only place to get this mix of this song. So that's why this one under 4-minute song sold for $85. But you had to do a little research to figure that out. So don't always go by just what's in front of your eyes. Sometimes you can't see what's there that's actually making it very special. All right. And lastly, whoops. Wasn't ready for lastly. There we go.
And now it's time for Unseasonably Sold. What did you sell out of season?
Yeah, that's pretty much out of season. You're going to get a big jump.
Well, and the funny thing with this is it's a costume pattern for a nativity play. So you can make, Mary and Joseph and the Three Kings. I sold this about a week before Christmas. And then after she bought it, the lady messaged me within minutes and said, and I think it was on a Monday night, I'm in Canada. And she said, I need this by Wednesday. Do you think you can get it to me? And she was in Michigan or something. And I said, no, there's no way I can get it to you. Even if I got you to pay $75 for next day, they're not guaranteeing it. So she was like, oh, okay, well then I'll cancel. So I canceled it, gave her her money back. And then lo and behold, what sells on, was it January 20th, I think? Can't see at the top there, but yeah.
28th.
The 28th. Oh, 28th, yes. So they've got 11 months to make their costumes. Yes.
Yep. So right, uncut right in the title.
Right in their title. I always put that in my title if it's uncut.
Now you'll be shocked what I sold out of season. Hey, we saw this once before.
Oh yeah.
But I wanted to add, since everyone had all these questions about packing, look at the feedback I got. Fast and easy transaction, very fragile, but arrives safe with a reasonable cost.
Very nice.
And that reasonable cost is, if I would have double boxed that, I would have had to have a bigger outer box. It would have cost more money. As you can see, quality, one box, quality bubble, good peanuts. That's all you need. That is all you need. And we're going to talk about, I want to bring Laura in that conversation. We're going to talk about one other thing that I thought I would save for a conversation with the three of us. So we're going to circle back to that in a quick second. Let's do a little housekeeping here. And all right, there is one statement that is like nails on a chalkboard to me. Prices are all over the map. I don't know how to price this. Prices are all over the map. Now, when people say that, and I go try and help them and look at the solds, they're never all over the map. They're always in a perfect sweet spot. Now, what happens is people look at things in actives, can't do that, got to look at solds, and they look at too broad of a subject. You got to be very specific. So Mom and I on Sunday are going to talk about You have to be tunnel vision. You have to find the exact item you're listing and look at those. If you're listing a pair of Converse tennis shoes, you cannot just type Converse tennis shoes and look at every sole. You got to look at the ones you have. Do you have zebra print or do you have Batman? You have to look exactly. And when people say that sentence, yeah, it drives me insane. So we're going to talk about that on Sunday for sure. And then DeAndrea, I hope I pronounced that correctly, is our Beachcomber store review of the week on Monday. I missed last week, but I'm back with this week. So those of you in the Secret Beach, tune in Monday at 8 o'clock. And then Mom and I are on 7 o'clock East Coast. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. And then next week, Greta Elizabeth is our guest on Thrifty Business. She just happened to buy a vintage old building in her town. Just happened. I can't wait to hear this story. And I guess there's some commercial tenants in it, but she's taken over like the top floor and going to build all this out to her eBay business. So I look for, I bought a house for my business, but that was kind of easy because it was 4 doors away to buy. And the way she wrote, like she kind of, I kind of bought it. So I can't wait to hear her story and see how she plans on setting it up. And so very cool. I've had plenty of friends have warehouse spaces, modern, but never anyone buy an old building. So I'm very excited to see how Greta's going to do that out. And she does a lot of sourcing on Craigslist, kind of like Lisa just talked about. So we are going to chat about that also. And for those of you in the Secret Beach, here's what you've been waiting for. Flippin' Vinyl Records is going to be added to the Secret Beach this month. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to add it on a Monday. I don't know if it's going to be this one or the next one. And then you'll have all week to watch it. And then we're going to have a Zoom cocktail party on Saturday. So you're going to watch it on your own accord sometime over the week. And then for our cocktail party, the theme this one will be, what questions did you have? So it'll be, ask me anything about Flippin' Vinyl Records. So you have a week to watch it. And then we'll have a cocktail party where we'll all get together and have some cocktails. And then you can just pepper me with any questions you got about Flippin' Vinyl. So I thought we would do that for this most recent cocktail party. All right, let's get our guest in here. Where am I? What am I doing? There we go.
And now it's time for the Thrifty Business special guest of the week.
Hey, Laura.
Hi.
Whoops. That's not what I want. Let's get that. Let's see here. Where am I? Oh, I thought I had your artwork. Never mind. Ignore. Okay. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Hi. Good.
All right. So here's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to have you part of the conversation. Now, Lisa and Laura are in my groups. Most of you, I'm guessing all of you maybe, are watching or in my Facebook groups or one of my groups. But I'm guessing you're in other groups too. And there are some groups that love negativity, love being angry at the platforms they sell on, and love being angry at buyers. And so, and I'm in those groups only to make sure to keep a pulse on what people are pissing and moaning about. And so here's the thing that drives me nuts. How do I stop zero feedback sellers from buying from me? It is the most maddening conversation as a teacher, as an educator, as a leader, to see that. And now in my groups, we're gonna have the talk. Why would you want to? Someone wants to offer you money. I just watch the conversations in other groups, and the conversations in other groups always end up with, yeah, just block them. Just block them. Now, is that the most asinine thing you've ever heard?
Yes.
How does a rational adult have that thought? I don't understand.
Right. I sell to zero feedback people all the time.
Now, I haven't sold on Etsy in a while, Lisa. Explain the feedback on Etsy. Can you see like a number? Like, no?
No. You can't leave feedback for buyers. They used to have feedback for buyers, but they don't anymore. They haven't for a very long time, probably around the time I started selling, which was 2011. And the sellers get feedback, but that's it. And I mean, I sell lots of stuff to people that don't have Etsy accounts. Like it'll say Jason T. Smith guest. And those are people that are either brand new to the platform. They found your item via Google or Bing or wherever, Pinterest, and they want to buy it. Or, I'm assuming some people that just don't feel like signing up. But I sell quite a bit to people that are coming up as a guest buyer. So
Okay, so you do know that they're new. And what amazes me is in those groups, that conversation happens over and over and over. And there's even a couple
give
groups
me your money. Take your money.
Yeah, there's a couple groups that I kind of like the leaders of, but I'm shocked they allow that conversation because blocking those people. Now, are there a few bad eggs in those brand new buyers? Absolutely. But the amount of buyers that are fine, that are here to actually buy compared to the bad eggs, it's so big, you would never even register it. So let's revisit this real quick because guess what? They signed up on eBay to buy my damn teapot.
Yeah.
So that was the day they bought it. And as you can see, the oldest feedback is the bottom. I'm their first feedback. And they've since bought at least 2 other products on eBay. If you are ever anywhere in any group and that discussion is allowed, you're in a really bad group.
You can't block people on Etsy anyway. So, I mean, I guess I could on Kijiji or on Facebook Marketplace, but on Etsy you can't. You can block people from viewing your personal activity, but that's it. You can't block people on your store.
Now, look, I did an amazing job on shipping, if I do say so myself, but it's also based on their feedback. And guess what? I teed up this brand new buyer for all the rest of you. They're like, dang, I bought this fragile thing knowing there was a chip, and it came to me in such good shape that I'm going to go buy more stuff. And that's how it should always be. So please, please don't hang around places where they're just like screw buyers and screw platforms. It's just not productive. Not productive. Is there a reason to check the feedback of the buyer? No, never. Here's the weird thing. I didn't even realize I was that person's first feedback until I was prepping the show. And I'm like, oh crap, I was their first feedback, because I was just getting screenshots and looking at it. So that's the only reason I even noticed that. I wasn't looking for it. Yeah. So steer clear of that. All right, Laura.
All right.
44 years at the same job. That's just I don't even understand that. That's incredible.
I started when I was 16.
And so what were you doing at 16? What was the job?
I was in high school. I was on the job training, and I worked in a department called Sound Products, and they did the background music like Muzak. And I paid all the royalties by hand.
At 16?
At 16. Yeah.
I expect you to say, well, I swept up or,
No.
What? That's a hell of a job for a team.
It was a hell of a job. 0.0069 cents every time they played it, or there were varying degrees of math, and I'm not a math person.
So was there a help wanted, and you said, yeah, I think I can do this at 16?
Oh, they have programs in high school where 3M supports that kind of stuff, yeah.
And so what were your hours back then? Do you remember? Like how many days
like
a week?
12 to 4:30.
Okay, so wait, 12. Were you getting out of school early?
Yep.
Look at you.
Half a day. And then go work at 12 and then end the day at 4:30 when 3M closed. Yep. So it was great. It was great. And then 44 years later.
So do you know how many?
I'm done. Yay.
Yay. Lisa, what's the longest job you ever had?
The one I'm at now. I'm at 22 and a half years right now.
Damn, but still, think about this. That's only half.
I know. I've been in the same business for going on 37 years, but at this particular job for 22 and a half.
That is awesome. So do you know how many, Laura, do you know how many different positions you've had over those 44 years?
I had maybe 4 or 5 different divisions I went to. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's not too much, though, that long of a career,
Yeah.
And so how long did you pay the royalty fees? How long did that last?
I stayed there 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you go to college too?
A little bit.
Oh, like me.
What?
Like me, just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, and back then, it really, not a lot of people did. And as long as I had the job, I've got the job for the rest of my life. I didn't go. I went. Here's the thing. I took a job because I said I was going to go to college. I started taking a couple of courses, and then I found a couple of chairs at a garage sale, little kids' chairs. And I had a guy in the office teach me how to do eBay. And I quit college, and that's when I started eBay in 2000. So, oh well.
Wow, someone quit college because of eBay. That's all
Yes,
right.
that's right.
I
Mhm.
like it.
Yeah.
Elisa says, doesn't 3M make Velcro?
They make hook and loop, which is exactly like Velcro, but
Yes,
you have
they
to
don't
go
make
hook
Velcro.
and
Okay.
loop. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
College for a second. Dale said, college for a second, more street smarts. Yep. Yeah.
True.
So, that's a great question when you're at a job a long, long time. So how many weeks of vacation were you up to by
Well,
44
you know what?
years?
They give you 5 weeks, and you used to be able to bank up to 5 weeks. So I had 10 weeks, and then they quit that. So you could only, so then you had to use all those weeks, and then they went to a 5-week basis. So I had the max 5 weeks, and then there's all kinds of other holidays in there too. So I had plenty of vacation.
All right. So the question that's been on my mind, that first day of retirement, did you sleep in or was your body just like, I'm getting up because that's what time I get up?
I got up. Yep. And you know what? I always started early. I started at 6:15 and I was done at 3 every day by choice. And I just got up and like this morning I got up at 6. So I just adjusted a little bit. So I'm up there doing the treadmill at 6 in the morning.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, Lisa, you retiring anytime soon?
Doubt it. Don't think so. Probably another at least 10 years.
22 years. You got to go another 22. That's what you got to do.
No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
You can't.
So someone said, Heather said, did you get a good retirement? Did they
Oh yes.
give you just a swift kick out the ass out the door, or they gave you a gold watch, or what?
Nope. You know, I was in the group where they still have pensions, and they don't have pensions anymore for those newbies that are coming on. So I got a nice pension out of the deal, and I didn't get any kind of severance pay because they just said early retirement for anybody who wants to retire. And the day they announced it, I was gone 6 days later.
Wow.
Yeah. That was great.
When Stacy got she worked for one brokerage firm in LA, and I was working at Tower, and I got a new boss who I did not care for that much, and so another brokerage firm came calling to Stace, and they pretty much doubled what she was making, and she called me at work, and I go, "Ooh, can I quit?" And she said, "Yeah," because I work nights and she worked days. We never saw each other, and we love each other. And so I'm like, "Hey," and the store was really long. My 2 weeks. All the customers are there. The boss is like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, 2 weeks. That's it. I'm done." And I was going. I don't think I lasted. I think it was about 6 days. She's like, "Yeah, you're good. Okay, see ya. Bye. Thanks."
That's great.
All right. So you brought us a presentation because you went from a full-time career with an eBay online selling business to no career and retired and working on eBay. So let's bring that up. Oops. Okay. They changed how we screen share now. So I'm learning the new ways of the world. Here we go. Ta-da.
All right. So I would say that for the year before I retired, I just kind of started putting everything in my living room, and you'll see that in a slide or two here. But what I did is I love organization, and it was kind of getting to me that my living room was not organized. So I just lined up a bunch of empty bins, and I started sorting through all of my relatively recent purchases and put all like items together and then labeled them all. And initially, when I had stored this stack of stuff, it was all even on top. Well, it was boot season, so I pulled out all my boots and I immediately sold all my boots. And the beauty about being retired is, you know that you've got seasonal stuff coming up and you're trying to get it in, in the evening, and you're tired and you try and get a couple of items up. Well, now I can get items up a month ahead of time. And that's when people start buying. You think that, people start buying stuff for Halloween in October. August, September, they're always buying Halloween stuff. But, now I'm able to put things up when I really want to put them up, and they sell. So that the organization is key. And of course, we know we all have messiness in our homes, but I got organized. So you can go ahead.
Where is this picture?
In the garage.
Okay, I was going to say, is there a snowblower in your living room?
Yeah, that's my snow blower. And we got we got snow, and it's getting really cold, -6 tonight. Yikes.
-6?
Yeah.
You live in Canada?
No, we got our first cold snap of the season.
Oh,
Pretty close to Canada.
I'm just in Winnipeg, Laura, so I know how you feel.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
I saw something I wanted to. Dixie Bell just got done organizing her shed this way. Oh, Paul said, Laura, did they give you a retirement health care package?
They gave us a pretty good one that will last until I'm 65. We have to pay some, but then they pay a little bit. So I'm not going to complain. Granted, we're going to pay something, but they'll pay part of it until I'm 65.
Who's selling something?
I am. I'm getting bids.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I have an auction ending, and it looks like I'm getting some bids in there. Yeah.
Nice. All right, cool. I like that. That's a sweet, sweet sound.
It is. Well, here's a before and after my living room. Okay, I don't groove on having messiness in my living room or any place for that matter. But I knew I was going to retire, and I just kind of stacked it up there. And so there's a before and after shot, and all those tubs there are. I prepackage all my stuff, and so all those tubs contain the envelopes of the prepackaged stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that 3M box?
I don't know. Well, they throw lots of stuff away. So now,
she sends me this, and I don't really pay attention when guests send me things. I'd rather just be like, "Oh, surprise!" I'm like, "Were you teasing me with a Dark Tower game?"
Oh yes, but
one of the Holy Grails.
It is a Holy Grail. However, it doesn't work. So I didn't know what to do then. And granted, I know it'll sell, but it would sell for much more if it worked.
Now, is there anyone watching who is handy? Because some people are like, "Oh yeah," like my dad. He invented a way to fix old oven doors. And so anytime a friend or a family member had a bum oven door, he's like, I'll be over. He had a little thing.
Wow.
And so I can imagine maybe someone watching or in the thrifting board or the Secret Beach maybe has fixed some of these knowing, oh yeah, this part goes bad. So we're putting the word out. If you know how to fix Dark Tower, hit me up, hit Laura up. Let's chat.
Please. That's kind of why I set it aside. Then it's like, okay, I'll have to deal with this later because I got enough to sell. So then on the right, that's my new home office. It's my formal living room, and it's much cleaner, and it feels good to be organized. No doubt about it. And for years and years and years, I've had a semi-annual garage sale, and I'm telling you, people come from miles around for my garage sales. And some of the stuff is stuff I would sell on eBay. Some of the stuff is stuff that didn't sell, and other stuff is hard to package. That cement Holland, those Holland cement dolls, ornaments, lawn ornaments, I bought for $20 and they sold for $120. My purses go really well. I'm telling you, they pay just as much at a garage sale as they do on eBay. So I'm happy about that. However, my shoes, not so much. So I've got some bins of shoes that, I know that some shoes are really good, but I think I've got bins of shoes that are medium. And then those lanterns, I took all the good ones out and I sold those on eBay. And then a guy came and bought the rest of them for $275. And my garage sales, I generally make between $4,000 and $6,000.
Wow.
Yeah. And then one year I had a sale and I made $6,000. And then I found out that, I'm getting more bids. Sorry about that. Wow. Good.
Apologies needed. Hey, Lisa, that's the sound of eBay. And we're going to teach you that.
I get that noise when I'm watching something that's ending.
Yes, it is ending. So I had a garage sale. I made $6,000, and then I heard about a neighboring town. close by was having their neighborhood garage sale. So I talked to a guy at work who lived there, and I said, "Hey, can I rent your garage for $200?" And he said, "Sure." So I toted all the leftover stuff over there myself, and I sold another $3,000 worth of stuff.
You're a hustler, baby.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, that's I have garage sales.
Now, where'd you find all those lanterns?
One guy.
How many did he have?
I think he had probably 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll say I never see those, and I'm like, these are your leftover ones? I'm like, what?
Mhm. Yeah, they were the leftover ones.
That's crazy.
And yes, and here's when this red hand chair from the 70s, when I drove up and I saw it, I jumped out of the car, and I was like, and I ran over there. I think I paid, what did I pay for it? $10. Unfortunately, I can't believe it. I sat on it. No pun intended. And you know what? I only sold it for $60, better than nothing, but I thought I'd get more.
Wow.
Except the tractor. Now, here's a lesson for everybody. If I was going to some neighborhood garage sales, and this one, I didn't think I should go to this one garage sale. Their driveway was cracking. It was all oil stained. There was no lights on in the garage. I thought, I'm not going up there. Well, you got to go to every garage because this tractor was in there, and I paid $180 for the tractor, and I sold it for $650. So,
wow. I need a good graphic to come up where people pass out. Holy crap. Because who would drop that kind of coin? That's crazy.
Yeah. So
you got to know your stuff.
The guy drove up from like Des Moines, Iowa or something to get it. And so I'm sure my $650 price was a good deal, obviously, if he came up. And then they bought a bunch of other stuff. So that was good.
My mom has talked about that as not something we've ever talked about as a very specific topic, but people often think, I'm not going to buy this because it's going to be expensive to ship. Who's going to want to pay it? Well, if someone wants it, and everyone wants something, especially collectible stuff, but my mom and dad have had so many people come drive from states away to pick up old bicycles and a bar and this and that. And so don't be afraid. If people want it, they're going to come get it, and they're going to figure out a way to get it. So don't ever be afraid of size of items, because if it's cool, someone's going to come get it.
That's right.
Now, I do love what's in the middle of the middle picture.
I still have that, actually.
I accept credit. No, not that.
Oh.
So you thought I was talking about the nudes, and I was actually talking about the I accept credit cards.
Yes. And
but
boy,
thanks for thinking that's where my mind went.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not the one who had the hustler.
I'm a hustler, baby.
Yeah, that's right. I that really hasn't. I probably doubled my sales because I accepted credit cards.
Yep, you have to. It's so easy with PayPal here and Square and the other ones. You get the little thing, you hook it in your phone, and man, you can have people spend a lot more money because now they can whip out their plastic.
Yeah, I have Square. So
yeah.
Have you done that, Lisa?
Yeah, I've got a Square. I use it.
Of course, you're going to eat the fees a little bit, but they tend to spend more money, so it's a wash. Up
here, the fees are super cheap for Square. I don't know what they're like in the States, but for debit, I think it's 10 cents.
Oh,
doesn't matter whether they spend $5 or $500.
Wow!
I think ours is like 3.5% or something. I can't remember.
So here's where Canada has one up on us.
What, Jason?
I said, here's where Canada has one up on us, because usually we're like, poor Canada, because their shipping is so screwed. But this kind of makes up for it.
Yeah.
True. But credit cards are 2.9% or something like that, 3.2 for Square. So
you can go to the next one. Well, I could talk a lot about on this slide here. So we have a trailer up at a lake, and you can, in the upper right hand corner, you can see our modest little trailer there. And on the lake, the DNR only, and for the past couple of years, has only allowed fishermen to keep walleyes for the first 3 weeks of the season, and then after that they turned it off. because there's problems with the fish, they say. And so that kind of, my husband kind of got turned off by that, and he didn't want to go up north. And it's like, hey, I'm retired. I want to go up north. I want to go up. So I said to him, you've been retired 6 years. And you went up north when I was working, and you'd stay up there for a week, and you call me and tell me how great it is. And it's like, I want to do that. And we've been together since we were 14. So never in my life have I had just done something by myself as an adult, independent like that. So in the bottom right-hand picture there, yes, I am the lake lady. You're right. That's me leaving on the first trip that I did. And so I loaded up the truck with all my coats and my mannequin, and I went up north, and I said, I'll come back when I list everything that take pictures, list it, and I prepackage it. And so like 2 weeks later, I come home and I said, hey, do you want to go up north? When are we going to go up north again? Oh, you know what? I don't want to go up north. He just didn't want to go up north. We bought a couple of electric bikes, which, by the way, are the coolest things in the world. They are really cool. They make you want to ride bikes all the time. He said, I'm just going to stay home. I'm going to ride the bikes. I'm going to explore all around the city and see what our town has to offer. And so I loaded up that truck again, and away I went. I looked on Yard Sale app, and I said, okay, where, on my way up, where can I stop at yard sales and, have an adventure? So all summer long, I did that. All summer long, I did that. And whenever anything sold, guess what? My hubby became my shipping department. And so he shipped everything I sold, which was great. And if something sold up north, if I happened to list something and I had it in my truck, I have to go make I have to drive 11 miles to town, go to the post office, and guess what else is in town? The best dang thrift store ever. And if it was on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, I'd have to stop at garage sales along the way. So
I don't know about you, Lisa, but I'm thinking Laura's really enjoying her retirement.
Sounds like it. I know I would.
Oh my gosh. It was the best. And then in the bottom left here, I set up my mannequin there. I'm gutsy. Oh, well, I'm telling you, it really does something to build not your confidence, but just to, as a person, grow. I was the same person, but just doing it independently was pretty dang cool. Resellers and would be fun to have somebody to get together. Oh, sure. Oh,
yeah, like a roving band of thrifters going to each other's sales.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Well, I can post it on the thrifting board when I'm having a sale for our Minnesota, and Wisconsin for that matter, because I'm not.
Yeah, we don't mention enough, but we have a direct post for if you're having a sale this weekend kind of thing. But if you're having a special one, if it's a special estate sale, like I had lunch with a friend today who was in the thrifting board in the Secret Beach, and she had to do a clean out of her uncle's estate, had an estate sale. I go, why don't you post in the thrifting board? Because he was a organized hoarder.
Oh.
So he lived alone and had, as an example, had 40 pair of scissors.
Oh, I get that. Yeah.
Okay. I saw his garage. He must have had 237 screwdrivers.
Oh, yeah.
All on the wall. But I'm like, oh, yeah. So if you're doing something like that, yeah, if you guys are getting together in the Minnesota area and having like this, all right, we're going to do it this day. Yeah, let's throw on the thrifting board and we'll send more people your way.
Yeah.
If the border's open, I'll be there.
Yes. Yeah. So those borders come open. Let's go.
So also up there, my little trailer needed a little bit of work, and it got a new set of stairs and new railings, and there's about 25 trailers there, and it's a really close-knit, cool group of people. And Harry, who has been there, one of the longest residents up there, he's also a handyman, And so we did this, worked on it together, and we replaced some rotted wood, and I resurfaced the top of it myself. And then the guy next door, Paul, he did caulking for 35 years. So he taught me how to do that, and I recaulked all the windows. And so that was a great experience too. So
I bow to you. I mean, geez, this is, I didn't expect all of this. Like, yeah, so screw it. So I've started a DIY fix-it channel. And
look at the cool weather. Have you ever seen clouds like that? Holy cow.
Yeah. It looks like we just watched Twister again. We haven't seen Twister in a long time.
Yeah. It's such a huge lake that when weather comes through, when thunder, it's so booming. It's just you don't want to be on the lake when the storms come. That's for sure. But all in all, and also, I go to garage sales up there, and then my husband says, just don't buy the big stuff, because you can get in trouble when you buy too much big stuff. Well, so I bought, when you find a toboggan that's been refurbished and painted red, it was a half-size toboggan. For $5, you got to buy it. And then when you find rare blow molds, you got to buy it.
Of course.
So what do? I go on the local lake Facebook site, and I put both of those items up. And within 20 minutes, both of them were sold.
Nice.
So yeah, like the toboggan I bought for $5, that sold for $50, and the blow molds I bought for $2 a piece, and they sold for $100.
Wow.
And the guy, when they came to pick up those blow molds, he came in a Cobra Mustang. Is it 1,000? He had 1,000.
1,000 horsepower.
Yes. Could you? Yeah. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Your typical thrifty mobile with 1,000 horsepower.
That's right. Yeah. So basically, I just got rid of the big stuff right up there within a couple of minutes. 20 minutes. So all in all, and to top it off, I went because I worked so hard all the time. I mean, I was always working out, but I went from 350 listings. Right now I'm at 528 listings. So they really changed. And of course, when you just about double your listings, your sales, they get better too.
Shut up. Say it isn't so.
So here was a beautiful morning.
Wow.
Frost on the ground. It was toward the end of my fabulous little adventure in the fall, and I spent the whole day. I'd take a picture of a coat, and I'd throw it on those sheets there, and then pretty soon the table was all empty and everything was on the sheets. Then I'd sit down and I'd do all the measurements and all the boxing. And that particular day, I started at 7:30. And I got done at 7:30.
Wow.
But what a beautiful day, huh?
So let me ask, do the neighbors come out of their trailer and go, hey, we sell this, we sell this, we sell
No,
this?
you know what? They haven't.
Really?
Nope.
Damn, people ask me all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not in a little community like this, standing out in their backyard taking photos.
Yeah. And when this isn't set up like this, it is my dance floor. So I am out there dancing all the time. It's just what I do. My mom taught me how to. Oh, I sold something. All right. An antique Kodak clock for $30. I'll take it.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it's a pretty good community. Everyone's used to me dancing. My mom taught me how to dance when I was probably 12 or something. It has served me well my whole life. So pretty fun. Yeah. So all right. So I just wanted to include, when I take my measurements, when I'm sitting down on the table, I created a form, and the bottom there is the close up of what it looks like, the name of the garment and all of the sizes. And if I have two measurements in the hips area, I take one of it not stretched and then one of it fully stretched if it has an elastic. And then I set up a template on eBay, and the templates, if you haven't set or used those, it's found right in every listing, right at the top of the description. You can go ahead and create any type of template you want that you can just cut and paste into any listing that you create. So I don't have to type, measurements, lying flat and not doubled, across chest, waist. I don't have to type that every time. I just fill in the numbers. And I put it in the same sequence as it's found on my form. So I just have to copy the numbers straight across.
It's a great idea.
And then also you could notice that I've written location in bin 6. So whenever I bring a whole truckload of stuff home, I bring it all in, and then I find where the appropriate place is to store things, because some are in bins and some are in the area where I have littler packages. So then whenever I sell something, I don't have that problem of finding a box. It's already done. And I got rid of that stress. That caused me a ton of stress when I worked, because if you sell something at 9 at night, man, I'm getting ready for bed, and now I got to box it up and get it out the next day. So for me, and it doesn't work for everybody, but for me, I box everything up.
As I think Lisa said, that's a lot of measurements.
Yeah, but they can't say that I didn't supply it. But people don't really care. They just say they see the dancing is awesome scenario noted. I like it. Thank you.
Yeah, 44 years at 3M plus some college plus eBay equals dancing in awesome scenery. Noted. Hashtag goals. I love that. That was awesome. That was awesome, Swoop. That was great.
That's good.
Oops. Hit the wrong button. There we go. Back to it. Okay. Oh, how'd I get rid of it? This new share screen.
Take a drink of tea.
Yeah. I didn't realize I got rid of it. Let's try again. Hey, there we go.
Oh, okay. So, I'm 62. I wear pajamas that are comfy. But anyway, on a typical retiree day that I love, I get up, I do an hour on the treadmill. I generally watch Leave It to Beaver, a couple of episodes of that. I
think we could have asked 1,000 people, what do you think Laura watches on the treadmill? And I don't think we ever would have got to Leave It to Beaver.
I love it. Or the other day I watched a new American Pickers, so that was good. But Jason, I have set up my computer in front of my treadmill, and I have watched all of your fabulous videos. So
cool.
Yeah, that works great too. So hour on the treadmill, get cleaned up, have a little breakfast, and then I change into my work clothes, which are my PJs. And then I send out offers that come in overnight. And you know what? I find that a lot of people buy in the early morning. Who knows why they're surfing, but in the morning I get a lot of sales. And then I go ahead and I pull all my sold and paid packages, print out the labels on my Rollo printer, Yahoo, I love that. And I get them out to the mailbox. Then your listings in a store, your listings renew every 30 days. And so then I take a look at those. You don't get a lot of them every day. It's a manageable amount. So you look at the ones that have ended, and then on the next, I'll show you on the next slide what else I do. But anyway, I end the listing, I make edits, and I relist for a lower price. Then I start my day. I research, I photograph, I list, and I package all my new items. And because I do the packaging, I typically get, if I get 10 done a day, that's pretty darn good. But if I the other day I set up 94 perfume bottles and listed those, that took me all day. And at the end of the workday, I try and go through and I try and choose the items that I'm going to put up the next day, so I don't flounder around, trying to figure out what I'm going to do the next day. I know exactly what I'm going to do and I get going. So that's my typical day.
Getting old sucks. I had a question and it just went bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll probably think about it like at 8 p.m. tonight. Like, oh, I know my question.
So, okay, here are two items that, came up renewed. For the life of me, I guess I don't understand this. It's North Face. North Face always sells. I don't get it. This, and plus I did a split screen on this reversible hooded girls jacket. Maybe it's because it's a girls and girls are pickier and they're wearing more fashionable stuff. And this is out of fashion. I don't know. But still, 47 views in a month don't have one watcher. I guess I got to bring it down even more. I don't know. Typically my jackets, my jackets are my bread and butter, by the way. Typically my jackets sell for $50 all day long. So I don't get why this one is not selling. This
Lisa, I want you to pay attention to the words in caps.
Oh,
Your store is not a museum. 7 years in one day.
Well, with vintage stuff, though, it's different than selling a new jacket. You have to wait for the absolute right person to come along. So,
and this is probably why I should be on Etsy, I suppose, because this particular dress for $49.99, it's small. It's really cool. It's got a psychedelic bottom, maxi dress. Look at how many views I have in a month, 197, 3 watchers, but still I started that baby out high and I've come down, and still I haven't hit the price point where people want to buy it.
On Etsy or Posh or Depop.
Yeah, and I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to lower this and I'm just going to, see if I can find a price point that's good. Do you sell similar? So it looks like, yes, I do. So I'll just read what I have typed in the middle there. I take a look at how many views I had. Do I have any watchers? I know how long it's been listed, what kind of condition is, and there's a typo there, season sol. Is it seasonal? Then I end the listing. I change the title a little bit. I reduce the price because your store isn't a museum. I relist it, and I often get 1 or 2 sales this way. Shake loose those tough things that have been sitting there way too long. Because that jacket, I took those pictures last winter. So that's from last winter. But you know what? You gotta, the newer stuff I find tends to sell, but that older stuff, you gotta keep massaging it a little bit. And if you can do it every day, just a little at a time, then it doesn't have to be a big thing.
Yeah, cottage core for that dress.
Oh, all right.
That's the new it thing.
Cottage core. All right. I'll make a note of that. So sending offers, every morning I wake up to about, 7 to 10 offers to send out. And, Jason always talked about quick nickel versus the slow dime. Well, I learned that quick nickel, because I've got inventory. So I'm not all about, trying to squeeze that last couple of bucks out. Get it out of your inventory. Now, this Josephine Baker program, I thought would sell. I had it listed 2 years. I paid $3 for it. I kept reducing it. And I would get multiple offers for this. So every couple of days I would see, send an offer on this. And I would send it out for $19.99, nothing. Okay, so that tells me my price point is not correct. So then the other day I sent out an offer for $15 and it sold.
Wow. On Etsy, I actually raise my prices. I never lower them.
Oh. Well, you know what? I do that for seasonal. Let's say I've got some Christmas stuff left over that didn't sell, I will put a higher price on it. I will raise it up and just let it sit there for the year. And if it sells, I will do that.
Yeah, Chris, I'm with you. It's something that's been on the to-do list. Like I got to get Kelly refreshing some old listings as part of our weekly chores, and I just haven't gotten to it. But it's one of those things where I got to sit down and go, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'll take the old 20 listings every week and redo them and go from there. So, yeah.
And it doesn't take very long at all.
Yeah.
You just change the title around a little bit. Now this 2-piece negligee set with vintage negligee with matching robe, I picked up for $1 at my favorite thrift store, and because they sell everything for $1. So I have it listed for 6 months. I paid $1. Now that's the first offer I got to send an offer. So I sent it for $50. I thought maybe that was a nice round number. It didn't sell. So that's just my philosophy about sending offers. Make sure that I always build in, $69 and then bring it down to 50. That's a nice round number, or $49.99, one of those. But what I've found is when people send me a decent offer, I give them the deal. They're happy. I rarely have a return. I get great feedback, and I'm moving my inventory. And you know what? It really showed. And Jason, like you said, it was your best season ever. Oh man, it was my best ever. And I'm telling you, this January, better than December. I'm telling you. Wow. It's crazy.
Yeah. I hope to increase my sales this year over my kick-ass year by 10%. And January I did 28% over last January. So I was like, well, okay, we're starting out good and a lot of it came in the last like 3 or 4 days. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to hit anything good. And then I looked, I'm like, crap. When I figured out the percentage, I'm like, 28% above last year. Sweet. I'll take it.
Yes, I agree. My January has rocketed. I'm sorry.
I'm 95% up revenue the last 30 days over last year.
Wow.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
We were in the right place at the right time, weren't we? COVID happened, and it's just a fact. But look at what we're doing. People are buying online, and we were poised and ready to go. And so, good for us.
Kathy said, give Laura a thumbs up.
Yay!
If you're watching our TV, just do me a favor. Remember later to give us a thumbs up. You're having a good time, and if you've not subscribed, subscribe. If you're new, welcome to the channel. We do this every Thursday, and click the little bell. Someone's out of their cocktail, like me. I saw the bottom of your glass. That means it's over.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Cocktails are done.
I need a little help, please. I have had slow international sales because I have all my stuff at calculated prices. So weight plus dimensions. And so I heard you guys you and Debbie talking about fixed pricing for Canada and all other countries. And I was afraid to ask. So I'm going to ask right now. Help.
What are you afraid about?
Well, I don't understand. Am I supposed to put fixed pricing for Canada? How do I know?
Wait, you're in the secret beach, yeah?
Yeah, I must have missed it.
There's a whole A, presentation, and B, a chart.
Oh.
A chart that says if it weighs 1 pound, you charge this much. Weighs 2 pounds, you charge this much.
Okay, I'm there. Okay.
Yeah. Plus, pirate ship. When every other rate went up, pirate ship every rate went down by 45 cents.
Okay.
So we have got to change our prices, and we're going to make an additional 45 cents on every package.
Okay, so tomorrow on the treadmill,
Yes.
That's what I'm doing. All right.
Yeah. So basically, you just got to figure out what it costs to ship 1 pound to Canada and then the rest of the world. Because our friendly neighbors to the north, just like Lisa, it's cheaper than, say, Japan. But Japan and Russia and Spain are all the same price. So you just got to do Canada. Be nice, give them a break because we don't need to charge them nearly as much. And then the rest of the world. So you got to know 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound, 4 pound. Now, above 4 pound, you have to go to priority. And oddly and weirdly, eBay's cheaper. So on pirate ship, up to 4 pounds, you're good. And then 4 pounds and an ounce, back to eBay.
Okay. Great.
Americans have it easy. We have different prices for every country, except Europe is like any EU country is the same price.
Okay.
And I mean, things like Japan, Australia, New Zealand are the same price, but they're not the same price as Europe, not even close. So it's
so that's a pain in the butt, Lise.
Yeah, I have shipping profiles set up for flat rate.
Yeah, see, that's where for us, luckily, the United States Postal Service said, okay, Japan, Russia, Germany, Egypt, it's all the same.
Yeah.
3
Oh.
pounds. It don't matter where it's going. So
Okay, good. Excellent. Thank you.
yeah.
I'll
So,
get
yeah.
on.
All you do is follow that chart. Super easy. Once you plug that chart in, you're done.
All right. I'm happy.
Easy.
Thank you.
But you gotta have the simple export weight, right? Oh, wait, there was one more slide.
And don't
And
use
then,
GST in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure to use pirate ship. All right, one more slide, and then we'll do your scores and duds, and we're out of here. Boom, there we go. Sorry.
Okay, what's next on my eBay retirement? I was so excited about this, and I'm just going to tease it because this could be a game changer. I'm telling you, the junk drawer concept. I went out and I bought what I needed for it yesterday, and I am going to get on it tomorrow. And I think it's really going to make a huge difference in when you get a good idea that ticks 1 box, it's good. But if you get an idea that ticks 4 boxes, that is a good idea. So I don't know what else to say, Jason, but it's like, I can't wait. And I talked to my brother about it, and he said, and this, and this. And so it's like we both are excited to try this.
All right, so that means you'll be back sooner than later.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, so remove that and then share it again. Oops. And now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm not the biggest fan of like outdoor photos, but your setting is so perfect. You know, the green lawn, the lake, the perfect opening of the blue skies and the white clouds. I absolutely love your background, but you got to have a nice picturesque background. I want to see your gravel backyard in Tucson. Okay.
No. Now, you know, I would think that Winnie the Pooh would sell. It was a vest. I bought it for $1. Someone sent me, I haven't had no offers on it, no interest. Someone sent me an offer for $6 yesterday. Gone. You know? You know, I don't, what do I need to argue about $3? N-O. So,
N-O.
yeah. So you know what? And it went to Canada. So she was thrilled.
Winnie the Pooh suede leather, Sean John denim coveralls, it all goes to Canada.
Yeah.
It's all going to Lisa's house.
Damn, you figured me out. Just don't tell Doug.
And whose is this?
Isn't that yours? No, it sure isn't. Brains and Beauty. What the hell? I clicked.
$500? What?
I clicked your links. So how did I end up in some other person's? What in the heck?
Did I send that to you?
Hang on.
Yeah, you can blame it on me.
Wow. Haven't a clue how I ended up there because, I see it now. I see how I got there. Yep, I must have bumped it because it's at the top of your Josephine Baker thing.
Oh yeah, and I had it, and that's the one I'm calling it a dud because I had it started at like 89. I thought, wow, this is great. It's got some nude pictures, not of her, but of the people who work with her or danced with her. It went for 15, like I said. It's gone. You know, bing, out of here. So you know, it's kind of a dud, but you know, I was happy to sell it.
And as a bonus.
Whoa!
As a bonus, talk about someone else's listing about the Berenstein.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah,
I've never had a guest go, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Whoa!
So I bought this lamp for $1. It's plastic.
$1?
$1.
You hang out with my mother?
Yeah. Well, if it was a quarter, it would be correct for your mom. But it was $1. So you know, So it was in mint condition. It sold within a day, and that was pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got these for $12.
Wow!
And it's so those trolls. They weren't particularly old, but they sold for $199 within 3 days.
Wow!
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you. Now, I was just telling you that I set up 94 perfume bottles the other day. I pulled this one out of there. And I pulled two things out of there. And this one sold for $50, and I shipped it yesterday. And the other one that I pulled out of there was for a perfume called Zen. I couldn't keep from smelling it. It smelled so good. And I've got that perfume up for $280 or something. And so then the rest of the perfume bottles, now they're ending tomorrow. I've got over 1,100 views on those perfume bottles, and I've got 65 watchers. Wow. I mean, that never happens. But it's only up to about $81, and I'm thinking people are kind of holding back a little bit. I hope they are anyway. I'm hoping to get $200 or $300.
Oh yeah, it'll go high.
Yeah, good. Now this place setting of Versace, one place setting, sold for $300 the other day. I had it up for a whopping 4 days, and it was in mint condition. I found it at a garage sale for $60, and it was just part of my inventory, and I just put it up there, packaged it really well, and that sold about 4 days ago.
So, Craig, are you listing a troll or are you a listing troll?
Both.
All right. So before we say goodbye and thank you, luckily my mom caught my mistake. Yeah, we're not doing our show during the Super Bowl. We're doing a special earlier show. Whoops. So ignore the time I said earlier. The show is actually going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon on the West Coast. So plenty of time before the Super Bowl, if those of you are so inclined to watch Go Sports. But yeah, we'll not be doing it during the Super Bowl because I'll be watching and working on my bets. So Mom and I are on this Sunday, but please mark it down. Put it on your calendar right now. Put it on your to-do list. 3 p.m. Eastern on Sunday and noon Pacific. All right? Good catch, Mom. Thank you. That's why you keep moms around, because they catch your mistakes.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you so much.
Okay, future guests, Chris in the chat, where he's going to be on. You have to come with a full PowerPoint presentation. That way, there's just no. Me and Lisa just hang out. That we just hang out and watch. So thank you very much, Laura. Congrats on 44 years and the joy that you just talking about where you're at in your life right now shows that how awesome retirement can be. Some people dread it. And some people think they're going to be bored. You're not. You're far from bored. And I think we need video of you dancing on your dance floor next time.
I agree.
Because that was pretty epic. Lisa, thank you. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
And
sorry, I was just going to say I danced to Meghan Trainor's music.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lisa, we're getting you on eBay. By March. Let's get one listing.
Okay, absolutely.
All right, cool. Good to see everybody too. I missed you guys last week. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Oh, real quick, someone asked me what's spinning behind me. I always like to stick something back there, see if people notice. All right, so what am I holding?
Is it a Tiki mug?
Okay, yes, it is Star Wars, and yes, it is Tiki. But what is it?
I don't know.
I guess I don't have two Star Wars nerds here, do I?
No.
Doug would know. The girls would know, but I don't.
That is a downed AT-AT from Empire Strikes Back.
Ah.
So when Luke shoots his little line and wraps up the legs and it falls over and explodes. So it's a big ass Tiki bowl.
Cool.
Wow.
Now there's a whole fight in the Tiki world if pop culture things like this are actually Tiki. I don't give a crap. And I don't have too many of them, but I am a Star Wars nerd, and that's a cool piece.
It is.
Yeah.
And it holds a lot of drink.
I was just about to say it holds a lot of drink. Because this ran out too quick tonight. I should have made that.
So did this little tiny thing.
I know.
I did actually. I had backup, but I drank it all. So.
What happens when you get someone on with a PowerPoint, What can you say?
All right, everybody. Good to see you. Have a great evening. Mark your calendar for Sunday at 3:00. And then Secret Beachcombers, I'll see you on Monday for our next store review. And then Laura, let's get you your international squared away tomorrow.
Yes.
Get you all locked and loaded. All right, buddy. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Laura. Have a good evening. I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.